I'm going to show you live, step by step, how I book 300 qualified calls per month for my agency in 2024, or in other words, my SMMA. And I'm also going to show you how you guys can create this system so you can get the same result completely for free. So there are a few things that you must understand before we get started. Number one, you need to learn how to create leverage. And so you got to understand that working hard has very little impact on how much money you make or success that you achieve. For example, if you look at some of the biggest gurus or influencers in this space, like Alex Hormozi or Iman Gadzhi, do you really think that they got to where they are right now by just simply working hard? The answer is no. And so the only way to actually get rich with almost any business model is to learn how you can build a compounding vehicle that compounds your time and your money. And I promise it's not as complicated as it sounds, because you need to stop trading your time for money and actually build the systems, tools, and assets that basically work for you. And so you might be wondering, well, how the hell does that relate to SMMA or booking more sales calls? Well, to put it into perspective, I don't send any cold emails. I don't make any cold calls. I don't send any LinkedIn messages. I don't use Outlook. I don't send any IG DMs. In fact, I spend zero time doing any prospecting, yet my calendar is filled daily with qualified sales calls, and I don't do any prospecting myself. And so how is that even possible? Well, I go back to leverage. We've learned how to build systems, tools, and assets that work for us. And in other words, we run paid ads and we do it very, very well. And so let me show you how you can create a paid ad campaign for yourself and basically scale your own agencies for free using this exact training. So first of all, you want to go to the Facebook Ads Manager. And this was a test campaign that I launched, which we'll get onto in a second. So let's get rid of that. I do want to show you guys first our campaign. So I'll refresh the page for you as well. So this is the campaign that we're running. As you can see, we spent about £25,000, roughly 30,000 USD in total. And we booked well over 3,000 qualified book calls, costing us almost £8 per qualified book call, or in other words, roughly $9 to $10 per call. So let me ask you this. Would you rather pour all of your time, energy, and focus in building a cold email campaign that barely gets opened, that doesn't have any compounding value, that barely reaches your prospect's inbox and you get nothing out of it? Or would you rather spend $10 to guarantee yourself a qualified book call and save you hours and hours of time, right? And the answer is you want to spend the money and save the time, right? And so this is how you can do the same for your agency. So you want to go ahead and just create a campaign. Now, when it comes to a campaign objective, this all depends on the clients you're going after. So let's say you're a more creative type of agency, you're a coach or you're a consultant, and you go after other agencies, other coaches, and other consultants. Then I'd recommend you run a sales campaign and you send prospects to a landing page with a VSL and a calendar form. Now, I'm not going to go through that on this video, but if you guys want to see how you can do this, you can replicate the same results for that offer, I'll go ahead and do another video breaking down that. However, for this training, if you're an agency that goes after lead gen clients, so dentists, doctors, chiros, gyms, spas, medical clinics, if you're in that typical space, then I'd recommend that you run a lead form. Because if you think about it, let's say you're going after dentists, right? No dentist is going to have the time to watch a VSL, go to a landing page, qualify themselves, and book in a time in your calendar. And so why would you run a VSL funnel? You simply wouldn't. So if you are a standard agency that goes after standard B2B type of clients, I'm going to show you how to build a super profitable lead form campaign. However, if you're more of a consulting / coaching type of offer, then you'll need to run a different campaign. And let me know if you want me to do a breakdown of how to run that campaign as well. I can produce that in a separate video and show you how to build the landing pages and so on and so forth. But for simplicity's sakes, let's do a standard lead generation funnel. So you want to click leads, you want to click continue, you want to always select manual leads campaign. And then when it comes to campaign name, really you can do whatever you want. There's no typical naming convention. I'll just call this test, for example. You want to select the advantage campaign budget on, and you want to put a minimum of $20 or £20 per day. That's more than enough to get you some leads. Leave everything the same, go to next. With ad sets, I like to test one broad ad set and then the rest with interest-based targeting or a lookalike audience, which I'll explain in a second. But let's do the broad campaign first. Select instant forms, as that's the campaign that we're running. Select the appropriate Facebook page. You want to select dynamic creative as on because you're going to be testing different creatives. I'm going to show you how to build a creative in a second. Now, when it comes to audience control, I would do one campaign where you simply adjust the location. So in other words, you leave everything as it is. And I would test a minimum of 3 to 5 different countries, because if you just target, say, the US, your cost per lead will skyrocket. And so test minimum of 3 to 5 countries. So that could be United States, for example. We could also do Canada. We could do Australia. So again, 3 to 5 countries, that's absolutely fine. And that is it. Don't touch anything else. You can just call this your broad ad set. You're basically targeting everyone and you're letting the algorithm do the work for you. So that's your broad campaign. So I want to go ahead and click next. Now, the creative is the most important part, right? You want to make sure that you build an asset that actually resonates with the right people. And let's first talk about the primary text. So how should you actually structure your copy? What should you say? In the comment section down below, I'm going to give you a free proven ad copies doc. It's about 20 pages long, and this just gives you all the proven ad copies for free for many different niches. So for example, if you go after e-com, this is the copy that you can basically copy and paste. Let's say if you go after med spa owners, I've written all the copy for you. If you go after real estate, I have all the realtor copies here for you. Medical practices, all the copies here for you. So you guys can basically just copy and paste everything. I've done it all for you. And you can find this doc in the description or simply drop a comment down below and I'll go ahead and send it over to you guys one by one. But essentially, this is all the proven copies that we ran for hundreds of agencies that you guys can basically just copy and paste, right, into the primary text. Then you have the headline. So again, you can do anything, right? But really with the headline, you want to set your biggest USP. So if you offer more appointments, state more appointments. If you have a really bold guarantee, state the guarantee. Don't just say something typical like for dentists or for chiros. Doesn't really work anymore, right? You want to try and grab their attention. So have something eye-catching, have something engaging. The best thing that I've seen work with a headline is the guarantee. So whatever guarantee that you have, place that in the headline. In the description, you can basically do the exact same, or you can really keep this blank. It really doesn't matter, right? And so again, you can copy all this in our proven ad copies document in the comment section down below. Now, the next important part of the creative is the video, right? And so we want to make sure that you build a super engaging video. And a great tool that you can do this is to use the Facebook ad library. So you can basically search in your niche and what service you're offering. So for example, if you work with dentists and you offer lead generation, you can literally type in dentist lead generation, hit search, and it's going to show you all the campaigns that are targeting dentists, offering them lead generation. You can take a look at their videos. For example, this is with a company called Searchbox. Let's play this. This looks like just a standard testimonial video. And so again, you can kind of see what the marketplace is already doing. You can basically just copy, tweak, edit, make it your own, and run it within your campaign as well. So again, this works for anything. You can even search, for example, let's say you go after realtors and you want to find out realtor lead generation campaigns, then you have the exact campaigns to do it. So you can like copy these images, copy the script videos, make them unique, make them different, and basically just do it yourself, right? So you already have proven game plans for you, because anyone who's running ads right now, it will show as active. So you know that they're working to a certain degree because they're running, right? And so that way you can basically build and copy all these assets yourselves, tweak them, make them unique. Obviously, don't copy them word for word, but this just kind of skips all that heavy lifting when it comes to testing pieces of creative, because you'll have your proven creatives running live on Facebook right now. So use this tool and build some of your content. And trust me, you'll get leads very, very quickly. And so once you upload all of your content, you then want to obviously build your form. So that's very, very simple. You want to choose more volume. You want to select intro. In the headline, you want to obviously call out your audience. And then in the description, you want to restate your guarantee. That's very important. In the questions, I recommend you have full name, email, phone number, and company name. Nothing else. Don't overcomplicate the process. And then obviously on completion, you want to add your calendar link in the button so they can book a direct call into your calendar. But that's basically it. That's literally everything. And so you want to go ahead and publish this campaign and then simply duplicate your broad ad set. And then what you want to do is you want to go on. So if we duplicate this for a second, I'll show you real quick. So this is the new ad set now. You want to call this LAL, so look like audience. So let's say you work with dentists. What you want to do is you want to scrape a lead list of say 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 dentists in any location with their phone numbers, with their emails, with however much information that you can collate. And then what you want to do is you want to click switch to original audiences, use original audience, and you want to actually upload that list as a custom audience and target them, right? So that way, rather than guess where your ads are going to, you can actually pinpoint exactly the type of clients that you want to target by uploading a lookalike audience. So you can use platforms like Upwork and Fiverr and Freelancer to get someone to get you a lead list. You can then upload that to Facebook, and Facebook will then find similar leads to target for. Therefore, you won't need to spend and waste budget on different pieces of targeting. You can go right to the source. And I promise you, this is what every single other guru is doing in the space, but not telling you, or simply telling you to test different job titles and test different targeting options. Rather, trust me guys, upload a lead list with your lead clients and your actual ideal leads and target them on a Facebook campaign and watch as you start to pour qualified leads into your calendar, right? And so that is everything. And I promise you, if you do this, I can almost guarantee that you'll get some leads within 24 to 48 hours when you launch the campaigns. And so that's everything if you're running a standard B2B type lead gen agency. But again, if you run some sort of consulting-based coaching offer, it's a little bit more complicated. So let me know in the comments if you want me to make a separate video. But again, if you go after dentists, chiros, gym, doctors, med spas, clinics, this system will work for you, especially running a lookalike audience and a lead list. So that's everything today. Hope that was very, very useful for you. If you guys want any one-on-one help, my calendar is linked down in the description. Connect with me on Instagram as well. All the links are down below. And yeah, I'll see you next time.